Welcome back to the cult. My name is Naomi, and you're watching my channel, Saint to Siren. Subscribe or hit the notification bell because it's better when you're here. Your energy is at its best when it's here. Today's topic: how Stunna Girl is siphoning Blueface. And she's doing it by creating space. Okay? How is she doing it? She's saying, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be in a relationship. You have your thing going on and I have my thing going on.
What about your trips? And I could say that we're not in a serious committed relationship because you're not stopping your antics.
Right? She's doing it with her words. So when you want to create space or distance, especially when you're just talking to someone and it's starting to get kind of serious, and that person may be an avoidant, like Blueface, where you could see his history of all the women that he has been involved with. Even though it starts out great, it ends up with the woman being mad and frustrated and him just being even nastier progressively as they continue to be around each other. But with Stunna Girl, what she's doing is she's like kind of pushing him away with her words. And she's also creating space, creating distance with her actions, as in she's answering the phone and suggesting, whether it's real or not, that she's talking to her other work or other guys, right?
Because my calls is going to go different. It's going to be like, yeah, what you doing? Then they pull it up. And they're going to be like, hey, baby. No.
Yeah?
Yeah, so he might have done already got.
Damn, chat.
So it's signaling to Blueface like, you haven't caught me, you know? And you'll never catch me. I'll never be sold on you. I'll never believe you. Because she believes what she sees. You are talking to other women. And of course, you're going to still keep talking to your baby mamas and having relations with them. So guess what? I'm going to do the same. She is doing the tactic of mirroring. Mirroring also gives space, and you will give the right amount of energy every time, so that you're not overgiving, right? Because she doesn't want to overgive. In the beginning of their streams, if you're like following their streams, she's like cooking for him, and I kind of say as showing him how good she could be to him. But when he, flipped the script, right? When the pressure, because like, I think Blueface is an avoidant. And so when you're with an avoidant man, it's the pressure of his feelings and your feelings and it being too much to handle, too much to maintain, right? Right when he started to become toxic, started to disrespect her, she called it out.
I disrespected you?
You're trying to, in a way, you're trying to rage bait me. And I feel like you're trying to rage bait me and it's just not going to go good.
And then she started mimicking him, right? Titrating the energy, no longer just cooking for him and like overgiving, kind of like showing him how much she could care and be good for him. Because I know they made a song together, making money together, everything seemed like it was good. But right at the first sign, he started to disrespect her or be toxic, that's when she pulled back. And the way she pulled back, even though physically she's still around him in his house on his stream, she's just telling him, we're not in a relationship. We're not in a relationship. Okay? You're doing your thing. And I'm going to do my thing. So when we're together, we could be together. But when we're apart, I don't care. I'm talking to my own work. You talk to your work, I'm gonna talk to my own work, and we're not in a relationship. And what you see is a dynamic change. If you want to be, I know I had a fellow cult member, fellow Siren, asked me if I could go more into transmutation. That is transmutation. It's seeing what the environment is and responding it to your benefit. I mean, responding to it to your benefit. Okay. She sees that, oh, he start to act up. I got to tell him he not that one, and it's good. And what you start to see now that she kind of changed her energy, transmutation and alchemizing, or alchemy, I'll say alchemy. When sorry, I'm like I'm thinking so many things and I'm trying to like say it all at once. Let's just take a pause. When it comes to alchemy, in order to get people not to really understand what it is, they'll say, oh, you can change lead into gold, right? So you're thinking, wow, it's like a special secret process of where I can take this one state and change it into another. But really, when you think of it energetically, alchemization is she's taking lead, she's seeing a situation, Blueface, lead, and she's going to alchemize it into gold by changing how she feels and relates to it. So at first, she was cooking for him, she was having a good time, she was shaking cheeks, but when she saw that he was changing, Blueface was changing his face towards her from being respectful and happy to starting to get disrespectful, she changed. Okay? She alchemized the situation. So now she's saying, I don't want you. I don't want you, basically. Like, you're not all that. When we're together, we can be together. But when we're apart, I'm not sold on you. I'm not going for it. I'm going to keep my work in line when she answers the phone and she's on the phone, like, oh, hey, how are you? And he's sitting there on stream, like,
Hey, what's up?
what are you doing? Now you see him coming in closer. He's changing from being disrespectful to saying, no, we're in a relationship. What are you talking about? Have you ever heard Blueface like advocate for being in a relationship with any of the other women we've seen him on social media with?
And I also say that.
But we are in a relationship.
Oh my God.
No, he is dogging him out. He is talking crazy because they did not mimic. When he changed, they didn't change. And because they were like demanding him to love them instead of Stunna saying, hey, I love me. Okay. I love me so much that who cares about you? And that's different for Blueface. And now it makes him want to, right? Or it makes him want to tie her down, trap her. I'm going to get you, like.
Yeah, I gonna trap her.
Y'all heard it here first.
I gonna lock her in.
And it's fun. I'm going to tell you this to really help you in your Siren practice, in your Sirenism. Dang it. And I lost what I was just going to say. Dang. Life is a game. It truly is. And the only person you know that is real is you, and everybody else is a character. The only person you know is real is you. And I am a character. Your friends, your family, characters. And you need to learn when you learn energy, when you're in your Sirenism practice, you're going to start seeing how their energy, whatever they're giving you, you can alchemize it, you can transmute it and give it back to them. Thus, in a way, controlling them for them to move in a way that benefits you. Okay? When Blueface started to change on her, started to be disrespectful, right? He was going on, he circles back around to all his baby mamas or previous work to get energized. When she started seeing, the rotation turn on her, she responded appropriately. She alchemized it. She transmuted it by changing how she responded to him. She didn't keep trying to love him and serve him plates and all and give him praise. She's like, oh, I love me. Okay. You got your work. You keep that. I'm going to talk to my work. I'm not sold. You're not good enough. She's saying all of this. She's creating distance. Even though physically she's still there with him, she's creating distance. And he's like, oh, wait. wait. Don't leave. She did it immediately. She did it fast. She didn't wait. That's what you have to do in Sirenism practice. You have to practice when that energy changes, recognizing when that energy changes. You change too. Immediately. How I like to do it is I really don't like to call out the change. Stunna calls out the change, which is fine because she's putting him in check and she's letting him know, like, I'm out the door too. Personally, I like to communicate more with my movements than my words. Those are your tools in your practice. Your movements, like where your body is going, and your words. Me personally, I like to focus on movements because that's how men communicate. 3 forms of communication: telepathy, movement or action, and then words. Okay? We have telepathic abilities, but we more rely on our words when we should actually read people's actions. So if I was going to read Stunna Girl's actions, her body is still around Blueface. If I'm going to read her down, she likes Blueface. She cares about Blueface because she's still around him. But she's alchemizing that energy because she is getting paid off of him. 1, she's making money. 2, and she's keeping her face out there, which is helping her brand. So she's going to alchemize that situation. She's going to be like, hey, boy. She's going to use her words to let him know what's going on, but her body's still there because she want to be on stream because she's getting looks and views. But if that wasn't the case, my body, I'd be gone. I wouldn't tell him anything. Right when I saw that he is about to change face for me, Blueface is changing face on me, and he's having relations with his other women now to get to siphon energy off of them. I would leave, and I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't be like, oh, because you're talking to other girls. I would just leave and be happy and post on social media that it's not a problem. Because then what's going to happen? You're going to call me and be like, what happened? Things have shifted, right? And then I can still be happy and focus on me while he's calling and chasing me, right? I don't want to call it out because I don't want him to know what I'm thinking. It's better to read men with their actions. Where is their body? Than with their words. That's what Jaden Krishan and the other baby mama, the third one, did not do right. They tried to stay around him and please him when he no longer was receptive to that. And thus, he hurt them and mistreat them because they're still around, right? Do not really focus on a man's words. Focus on his movements. Focus on his actions. I call it movements, but focus on his actions. Where is his body at? Wherever his body is at, that's where he really want to be. Okay? Blueface still wants Stunna Girl because she's around at his house. Stunna still wants Blueface. She's around at his house a lot for the stream and the money. So she's creating distance with her words. But if it was a different scenario, right? For me, right when they disrespect you in the slightest bit, I'm out of there. I'm not even saying no words. I'm out of there. I'm not answering phones for a minute. Because I want to create that distance. I want to create him missing me, but I don't want to tell him that there's a problem because again, this is not a relationship. This is not a relationship channel. This is an energy snatching, siphoning channel. So I need to create distance so he can miss me, so he's blowing me up. We're back on the hook. We're back on good graces. I'm back siphoning. And when he goes crazy again, then I leave again. That's kind of like if I'm trying to snatch energy off of someone, a toxic person, an avoidant like Blueface. That's what I'm doing. I'm not really going to use my words because men do not care about words. That's why it's easy for them to lie to you because they don't care what they're saying. They know women, we go off of words and expressions, but men go off of their actions and movements. So that's why it's easy for them to lie. Okay. So when you practice in your Sirenism and you're snatching energy or you're trying to transmute and alchemize the situation, you use your words and you can use your movements. I prefer or actions. I prefer my movements because it communicates that it's real. When you take away someone's favorite toy and it's no longer there, it's real rather than saying, if you keep doing that, I'm going to take the toy away. They're not going to listen to that. The toy's still there. That's why I do it. Sirenism is a practice, but once you get, you see, you get real sensitive to how energy moves and how we give it back and forth to each other. Now you can manipulate the situation in your favor to get the correct response. So you can snatch, 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 siphon, 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 pull. Okay, I see he thinks I'm sold. I'm gonna pull back. All right, he acting right. We back on the right frequency. I can lean in. Oh, he's pulling away. I'm pulling away too. You see how that works? Let me just say, I never seen Blueface request a relationship so much from any woman, like want it so much from any woman. But Stunna girl knows what she's doing. And I think she care about him too, but she know how to play. She know what type of man Blueface is. And he is in for one heck of a ride.
Come on, baby. Don't let me down.
Please leave your message.